Hey there, future fellow weirdo of the flock. Welcome to the most offensive church this side of the YouTuber party bed. Yay! Welcome! Haha! And what we do here in this most amazing place, we read this great ass book. It's called God Said, because I did not fucking say that. Me, God, and God voice right now. I didn't say that. This is God's, my unofficial biography, Das Bible.
As read by yours truly, the Saint of Awesome, your Superstone Sage, Saint Nikki K the Great. And I am wonderful. Clap for me. I clap for you. Welcome. Listen. We're reading the story of Jesus. And like I said earlier, I don't know. But we're going to try to finish it. What are we on? 17, 18. What is there? Like 24 chapters? Oh my God. There's a lot more than 24 chapters. 26. Holy crap. Okay, 28 chapters. So what are we on? 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. 11 chapters. There ain't no fucking way. I'm going to try to read some chapters. I'm going to possibly try. I don't know. Because Jesus talks a lot. I might get tired of talking because Jesus talks a lot. I don't know. But anyway, we are going to do something. So, we are on chapter 17. But I have to do something real quick. Well, I guess I don't have to do it, I guess. But I should, right? Yeah. So, welcome. I got a song. Yeah, I'm going to sing it. Actually, I'm not going to sing it. God's going to sing it. And Helium God is going to sing it. And yeah, it's going to be awesome. Yeah. So turn on your speakers. Helium God is loud. Oh, so loud. Anyway, everybody, God duh bra tea. Here he is. No, I'm so stupid. Listen, I have too much fun by myself.
Wait, what am I on? Oh, I remember. Just like this book of stuff. 8 years, then we keep on reading.
What did say?
We're on Matthew 17. Oh, I have way too much fun by myself. I just want to say that. I am so fucking amusing, but only to me.
I'm so amusing. We have such a good time. Welcome to the party pen, where nothing makes fucking sense, but everything goes together. Yeah. And I don't have a lonely bookmark today. I have a Jesus bookmark today. I made it myself out of stickers. Yeah. Have such a good time. Okay. Here we go. Chapter 17. After 6 days, Jesus took Peter and the sons of thunder and led them on a high mountain by themselves. And he was transfigured before them. His face shone like the sun. This has to be some magnificent lighting. And I have such a problem with this, and you'll see why. Yeah, because it's a thing. I hate this. This story, Peter ruins everything. Okay. So his face shone like the sun, and his clothes became as white as the light. And behold, Moses and Elijah appeared with them, talking with him. Then stupid Peter noticed Jesus was talking with people and decided to interrupt their conversation. So then God made a bunch of clouds come over and he was like,
Shut up, Peter. Peter, shut up.
and then, and then it was just Jesus again. Shut up, Peter. And when the disciples heard it, they fell on their faces and were greatly afraid. But Jesus came and touched them and said, "You guys are stupid. Come on." When they had lifted up their eyes, they saw no one but Jesus only, because Peter scared everybody away with his loud fucking mouth. Now, as they came down from the mountain, Jesus was like, I know that people have a big mouth, so you really need to keep this quiet. Like, for real. Don't tell anybody until after I'm dead. Because no one's going to believe you. And I'm like, that didn't happen. And I don't want to embarrass you in front of everybody. So, like, don't tell nobody. Because I'll deny it. Hey, Fred. How are you? Give me just a second. I'm going to finish this. But just feel free to write in the chat what you think, and I'll be right back. Okay. And then his disciples say, then why do the scribes say Elijah must come first? And then he explains to them that Elijah was John le Baptiste. And yeah, so yeah, it was John le Baptiste. And they did whatever they wanted with him. And they're going to do whatever they want with me. And it's going to be good time for everybody but me. Actually, it might not be a good time for y'all either. But a time is going to be had. And they are going to have it with me. Yep. It's like a whole thing. Then the disciples he just told you he was talking about John the Baptist. But, okay. Okay. So, Then the disciples understood he was talking about John. And when they had come to the multitude who followed his shiny piles of shit, a man came to him, kneeling down to him and saying, Lord, have mercy on my son, for he is an epileptic and suffers severe. For he often falls into fire and often into the water. So I brought him to your disciples, and they couldn't fix him. Hey, but that epilepsy shit is no joke. I have the flashing lights kind, so I can kind of navigate. But I saw a lady that had the shaky kind, like the boom, like that kind, and that looked extremely terrifying. But I have the flashing lights kinds. I guess I'm kind of lucky. It just makes me tired. It's like, like when a CD used to skip back in the day, like that. Well, it's like that, but with lights in my head. Yeah, it's like constantly taking pictures. Although I can't ever remember a fucking thing, so I don't know what it's taking pictures of. But whatever. Okay. So anyway, the disciples could not cure him. Then Jesus said, You guys suck. How long is this gonna last? I need to find my God watch. Somebody stole my God watch. So I don't know what time. I don't know how long I have to do this because you people totally suck. Do I gotta do everything? Okay, let's see the kid. And Jesus rebuked the demon, and it came out of him, and the child was cured. Cured, cured, cured. I don't know how to say that word, cure. I think that's how you say it. I'm not exactly sure. I never claimed to be smart. Actually, that's a motherfucking lie, because I am hella smart. But that is a hard word to say. Cure. Okay, I think that's how you say it. Anyway, I got something in my throat. Hold on. Okay. So then the disciples came to Jesus and was like, Do you always got to show us up, man? Why couldn't we do that? You know? Supposedly later in the book we can do that. But for some reason right now we can't do that. I don't know what's happening. But like, why? And Jesus is like, because you guys suck. No, I'm just kidding. No, well, I mean, you do, but that's not why. No, it's because you guys don't really believe. You think it's a joke. You take things about as serious as Nikki K the Great does. So she'll never be able to heal anybody either. Yeah, I know. You don't even know who that is. But I'm in the future eventually, and that happens. But never mind that. Never mind that. It's because you guys don't really believe. Because listen, I'm telling you, if you had faith as a mustard seed, so just a tiny little thing, it would grow into big things. Yeah. And then nothing would be able to stop you. You could do like Peter did and murder people. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, people take that a different way, except for Peter. His first thing that he did was murder people. But you'll be able to do that if you believe hard enough. Yeah, you just believe hard enough and it'll just happen. You have to take things serious, right? And plus, that specific demon can only be gotten rid of except for by prayer and fasting. Because for some reason you would have known that. Yeah, I just sent you on a fool's errand. Don't even worry about it. Don't hold it against me. It was a good time. You got to do things and see things and apparently not know things, but okay. But in their defense, they are a bunch of fishermen. Not exactly religious people. So I can understand why they didn't know to do that, right? Spicy pickles indeed. And give me just 1 second. I'm almost done reading. I think God, Jesus talks so much. Okay. Okay. Now, while they were staying in Galilee, Jesus is like, look, I want to let everybody know right now that from this point forward, this shit is going to hurt my feelings so fucking bad. And it is going to be really hard to get through. So just bear with me and feel totally bad because none of this shit is fun. And I apologize for right now the racy, terrible shit. Not racist, racy. You know, the inappropriate shit that is about to come out of my mouth because this book just makes me feel some kind of way and I wish I could skip it. Like I swear to God on everything I love, I want to skip it. Like I want to stop right now. But I am not going to. And you think I would be over it. By now, I've read this shit 3 times. You think I would be over it. But the second I get to this part, my heart starts hurting. And it's terrible from this moment on. So bear with me. I apologize ahead of time. As Brett, he'll tell you, he's been with me a lot of this journey for like 8 years. So he's seen it from beginning to now. It was really bad. At the first time, it was bad. But here we go. So Jesus is like, one of you guys is going to stab me in the back and it's going to suck. Right? And one of you guys is going to fuck me over. Jesus, don't cuss. One of you guys is going to mess me over. Okay? And they will kill him. And on the 3rd day, he will be raised up. And they were exceedingly sorrowful, like Nikki K in the future reading this bullshit. It's not bullshit, but it's bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, this is fucking crap. This is the worst thing I've ever read in my life. And I love Das Bible, except for this shit. This is not fun. Okay. When they had came to Capernaum, those who received the temple tax came to Peter and said, "Does your teacher not pay the temple tax?" And Peter was like, yeah. Doesn't everybody pay taxes? I'm pretty sure the big guy pays taxes. And when he had come to the house, Jesus anticipated him, saying, Simon, Peter, Peter, from whom do the kings of the earth take customs or taxes? From their sons or from strangers? And Peter said, from strangers. And Jesus said, then the sons are free. Nevertheless, nevertheless, lest we offend them, go to the sea, cast in a hook, and take the fish that comes up. And when you have opened its mouth, you will find a piece of money. Take that and give that to them for you and I. Well, he said me and you, but you and I. Problem. I'm a word person. Okay, so that's the end of chapter 17. So go over here to Pill, and I'm going to go up to the beginning. No, what does that mean? I don't know what that means. What happened? I don't know what that means. Okay. So let's go. Okay. Hi, Fred. Hi, Bunny Two Time. Hi, Sage. Um, oh, you guys are speaking code. I can't speak code. Remember this part. Sorry for you. Thought you should spot me, my lady. Love your name. Me. Yes. Bunny Two Time. That's the most gangster name. I'm sorry. But it is. It's the most gangster name. And yeah, Fred, I hate this. These next 11 chapters are fucking terrible. I lost my lonely bookmark again. And I just broke that cigarette in half because I'm fun. Okay. So, we speak in German. The most German I know is the color blue, the color red. Thank you. I think Danke Schön is Dutch, and I don't even know what that means. I know Danke is thank you. Danke is thank you. Salute is cheers. Gesundheit is bless you. Uh, Yeah, that's all I know. Oh, and there's another one. I think doesn't uh BMW mean something German? Uh the love bug. Volkswagen. Oh, salute is greetings, ain't it? Salute, greetings, and have a good time. Yeah, something like that. Dankeschön would be thank you, dear, right? Thank you, friend, something. Or thank you, and Supreme Leader Shah. I'm just kidding. Oh, salute is Italian. Salute, German. It's German. See, I know things. See, Nikki K the Great knows things. That's why I call myself a sage, because I sit in my cave and I know things. No, Donka is thank you, but I don't know what the Sean means. It might mean friend. Thank you, friend. Like the whole thing. But, but, I am a sage and I know things. Tell him, Fred. Bros. Yeah. I don't know. But we'll just start saying that to each other. Prost, bunny two time. You'll be a Russian gangster. See, I know things. Prost. We know things. Yeah. See, see, look, my chat is starting to have inside jokes. You know what that means? That means I'm slightly successful. Prost, my friend. Yeah. Except for I said you're a Russian gangster and we're sitting here speaking German. So you can be German gangster. But we got to get to chapter 18 and I got to sing a song. 16, 17, 18 are the only songs I know. So we're about to sing some Alice the Great. Alice K the Great. No, I'm just kidding. Godarati is actually going to be singing. And just so you know, the spelling of his name is Godduhrotee. Godarati. Buy a CD. He'll tell you all about it. I've never seen the ocean and been to both coasts. Real life, swear to God. But give me a short amount of time to get through chapter 18, but Jesus talks a lot. He talks a way lot. No, I've never seen the ocean. And I've been to both coasts. But I'm about to go to Tennessee and see midget wrestling in June 19th. Yep. A few days after Jesus' birthday. I'm going to go see midget wrestling for Jesus' birthday. Yep, we're going to have so much fun. Because Jesus' birthday is 14th through the 8th. Is it? No, 14th. Yeah, 14th through the 18th. Sometime in there. Although I think it's June 14th. And I try to celebrate it on that day with some kind of cake or donut or something. Although I usually end up getting a cake or something on the 16th. So I celebrate it on that day like it's the weekend. Yeah, the Prost. Although I think if it was Prost, it would have an E at the end of it, right? So it'd be like Prost. Yeah. Yeah. Prost would be an E. So it'd be Prost. It would be Prost, my friend. Yeah. It's a good time. Although I talk in German accent. Or like them old school gangster Jews from New York. It's like, hey, go get the body out of the trunk. What are you doing? I bet them damn North Germans put an E on the end of it. I'm just kidding. Okay. But we got to get on to chapter 18. Okay. We're going to stop right here. Okay. Nobody's at YouTube. All right. So, turn down your speakers.
Chapter 18.
We know what it said.
Chapter 18.
It's shit we already read.
Chapter 18.
This shit is so fucking fun.
That's why I never want to be done.
Chapter 18. Godorati by Masidi. Godurotee. Godorati by Masidi.
I am so done with them. Get out of my head. No, I'm just kidding. Stay in my head. But man, sometimes you're out of control. I don't know. He's in my head. I love him. Okay. At that time, the disciples came to Jesus, saying, "Who then is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven?" Then Jesus called a little child to him and set him in the midst of them and said, "Listen, I'm telling you, unless you are converted and become little children, you will by no means enter the kingdom of heaven." Pause, time out. This does not mean you're a baby in Christ. That is not what the fuck that means, because that gives you an excuse to be an asshole. That gives you an excuse to be a fuckwad because you just started believing in Jesus. No, that means you have to be as convicted and convinced as a child that God and Jesus are real. You have to have the imagination of a child to let the kingdom of heaven grow in your head. That's why Jesus gives you all these positive parables to heaven, so you can imagine it being like that. Do you remember the Tupac song? What is it? Mansion in the sky. Thug Mansion. It's a song by Tupac called Thug Mansion. And that is the kind of thing that you're supposed to have. And there's also an ICP song called Pass Me By. Also, it's shit like that. Imagining heaven, being with God, being an angel with God, being at front of line, be one of the first ones to get into heaven because you believe. It does not mean you can give yourself an excuse to be a fucking asshole because you start believing in Jesus. So he gives you a pass. You can say sorry. No, you have to be convicted and convinced. And your imagination always has to be on heaven, always has to be on something good, like children. I'm sorry, but I got a real problem with that. People like, I'm a new believer, but you're still an asshole. Because obviously you don't get the fucking point. What is the point of Jesus? To convince you of positive things, to convince you of hope, to convince you there's something fucking better. I'm sorry. I'm up on my soapbox doing a lot of anti preaching, but this is one of those things that aggravates the piss out of me because people try to use it as an excuse for me also. But I'm not a fucking Christian. I'm a believer in God. I'm a believer in Jesus. I'm not one of these fake assholes out here judging people because they don't believe like I believe. Bitch, go somewhere with that shit. You're not welcome at my church. How about that for judgy? Okay, I'm done. Therefore, whoever humbles himself as this little child is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven. Well, that's what I just said a lot more eloquently. Whoever receives one little child like this in my name receives me. But whoever causes one of these little ones who believe in me to sin, it would be better for him to be catapulted into a shark tank with pedophiles. Woe to the world because of offenses, for offenses must come, but woe to that man by whom offense comes. Bingo, bingo. If your hand or foot or eye or anything like that causes you to sin, cut it off. Because it's better to go to heaven maimed than to hell whole. And he says this because it's easier to do the wrong thing than the right thing. It would be easier for you to just keep your stuff and just go along on your way than to actually do these physical things to yourself to get into heaven. Although that's not exactly what he means. He means like you would have to sacrifice that area of your life to go to heaven. So it's any kind of cancerous material thing that is causing you to sin. Cut it off. Cut that out of your life so you don't sin no more. You know, if you got a girlfriend and a wife, cut the girlfriend off or cut your wife off. Don't kill your wife, but divorce your wife and go with your girlfriend. Or break up with your girlfriend and stick with your wife, which is probably the better thing. But whatever, you get rid of that thing that's causing you to sin. No matter what it is. Take heed that you do not despise one of these little ones. For you that in heaven, they're all there. What? Take heed that you do not despise one of these little ones. For I say to you that in heaven, their angels always see the face of my Father who is in heaven. For the Son of Man has come to save that which was lost. That's us weirdos in the party pack. Us that don't fit in with Christians who do nothing but judge. They are lights in a room full of lights. And that is useless. Jesus told you, be the flavor packet of life. Be yourself and light up the things around you by doing the hard thing, the right thing. And then you give light to the people around you. You don't be a light in a room full of lights because that's completely fucking useless. And that's what Christians are. That's why they don't accept people like us who hang out at the party pen. What do you think if a man has 100 sheep and one of them goes astray? Does he not leave the 99 and go into the mountains and seek the one that is straying? And if he should find it, listen, I'm telling you, he rejoices more over that sheep than the 99 that did not go astray. Even so, it is not the will of your Father who is in heaven that one of these little ones should perish. Yeah, because they didn't cut off the cancer that was affecting their life and causing them to sin. You need to go after that person and be like, yo, what are you doing, dude? And help them get rid of that cancer causing them to sin. There's a lesson here, man, and everybody misses it. Church thinks that just being church, it's not right because church can't talk to regular people. church knows how to talk to church people and people with weak minds. Only a person with a strong mind can talk to people with a strong mind. And in the Old Testament, God tells the prophets, go in the world and read in the language they understand. Strong minded people can talk to strong minded people. Weak minded people can talk to weak minded people. I'm just saying. Moreover, if your brother sins against you, go and tell him his fault between you and him alone. If he hears you, you have gained your brother. But if he will not hear, take with you one or two more. By the mouth of two or three witnesses, every word is established. And if he refuses to hear them, tell it to the church. But if you don't listen to the church, let it be you. Let him be to you like a heathen or a tax collector. Because listen, I'm telling you, whatever you bind on earth will be bound in heaven. And whatever you loose on earth will be loosed in heaven. He told the same thing to Peter. He literally told the same thing to Peter. So does that mean Jesus didn't really mean it just for Peter alone? Look, I hate Peter. I can't help it. I just do not like that guy. And I don't know why he isn't considered a traitor. Everybody tells his story like it's fucking heroic. Peter is also a traitor, just like Judas. Fight me, I don't care. Peter turned his back on Jesus, just like Judas did. Only Peter didn't get paid money, so he was a slut instead of a whore. Don't care. It's true. Listen, I'm telling you that if two of you agree on the earth concerning anything they ask, it will be done for them by my Father in heaven. For where two or three are gathered together in my name, I am there in the midst of them. I love you. I love you, Jesus, and I love you, big guy. Don't be mad at me. Don't be mad at me. I'm in hindsight. I'm arguing hindsight, so it doesn't really matter. Right? Okay. Because I mean, it happened. And I'm just my opinion. Right? Okay. I love you. Spiritual high five. Fuck yeah. Yeah. Okay. Then Peter came to him and said, How often shall my brother sin against me and I forgive him? Like 7 times. And Jesus was like, up to, I do not say to you up to 7 times, but up to 70 times 7, 490. I tried to do the math for this one time and totally fucked it up. I think it's 490. But 490, Jesus, listen, that's a lot. Okay. Okay. $70 times. Oh, 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 oh. Look, look at what Jesus just said right here. I didn't realize it. But Jesus is like, I don't say 7 times, but it can be up to 490 times. So he doesn't exactly say no. He just says it can be up to. It's up to you. But don't go past 490 because that's a bit excessive, right? But up to. Therefore, the kingdom of heaven is like a certain king who wanted to settle accounts. Okay, yeah, so this king was like, you owe me a lot of money. Uh, you owe me a lot of money. But he was not able to pay his master, commanded that he be sold with his wife and children, and all he had, and the payment to be made. But the servant therefore fell down before him, saying, Master, have patience with me, and I will pay you. Then the master of that servant was moved with compassion and released him and forgave him the debt. And the servant went out and found another dude that owed him money, but he treated him real bad, like really bad. And some other people saw this and they went to the king and they were like, yeah, this guy is not very good. So the king called the guy and he was like, you're not very good. And so he did the punishment for that guy because it was completely disrespectful. So my heavenly Father will also do to you if each of you from his heart does not forgive his brother's trespasses. Okay, so let's go see what's going on in the chat. Oh my God. Okay. Okay, hold on. Sometimes any. Okay. Let me. Okay. Nora, chat lady. Okay. Hi, Michelle. Yes. Yeah. That's what Jesus was saying with the Sermon on the Mount. I read the Sermon on the Mount, and it has to do with the weirdos that don't fit in into church. Jesus is like, be your own flavor packet of life. You don't got to be like these people. Be yourself and change like yourself. Do better things. Yeah, I can't deal with Peter either. He did. He denied him 3 times. Yep. It's crazy, ain't it? Sometimes it's hard to deal with the story of Peter and everybody treating Peter like he's somebody and he's a nobody, a literal nobody. But who else said that about Peter? Because I would love to hear what they think about yesterday's stream. I would read yesterday's shit again. If somebody, well, actually, I could just talk to them about it. Anyway, is everybody ready to go? Oh crap! I have to pee. I still listening. Okay, well, let me go pee and we'll go into chapter 19. Oh, my alarm's going off. My chair's going off. Okay. Going over to a friend. Yeah, well, yeah. I overshare. I have a problem with oversharing. But I would rather be honest than just like get up and walk away. Okay. So, did we decide if we wanted to read chapter 19? I think once I got the understanding God is the creator. Yes, I think that's where I'm at also. Like, honestly, I might not even be there because really, I have no business reading the New Testament for any reason at all. My wheelhouse is the Old Testament. I am very wise in the Old Testament. But as for this New Testament shit, I I have a hard time getting down with it because it doesn't fit with what I know to be what it is. And I try to read these other books, and it's like God puts a block in my brain or something. Like I tried to read the Ethiopian Bible, and God put a block on my brain. I couldn't even read it. I tried to read the Enuma Elish, and God didn't want no part of that. And it's like he gave me the wisdom for the Old Testament, but not for any other book. So, like, part of me is like, God's giving me wisdom, but not the kind of wisdom to understand other things. Like, he just wants me to understand the Old Testament because the Old Testament is the closest thing to the truth we're ever going to have is God's unofficial biography. So we have to understand that, or at least I do, and whoever watches me. So as soon as I'm done with this story of Jesus, which I want to be done because here forward hurts my feelings, but I want to go back to the Old Testament. Like, I want to go to the story of Jonah. But that is just my thing. So did we ever decide about going back to the uh chapter 19? Are we going to go back to reading? Oh, God is the creator of bad, by the way. Uh he lets his own evil spirit on Saul when he was fighting David, and it made Saul feel like an asshole. And he was so mean to David. Well, Michelle, I hope you're down for another chapter. Oh my God. Jesus, oh, he talks so much. Why? Okay. Now, it came to pass when Jesus had finished these things that he departed from Galilee and came to the region of Judea beyond the Jordan. And the great multitudes followed his shiny piles of shit, and he healed them there. The Pharaoh, the Pharisees also came to him, testing him using word magic. So important to know word magic, or to have a lawyer who knows word magic. And they said, is it lawful for a man to divorce his wife for just any reason? And this is when Jesus tells us the patriarch made up all these stupid rules. Have you not read that he who made them at the beginning made them male and female, and said, for this reason, a man will leave his father and mother and cleave to his wife, and the two shall become one. So then they are no longer two, but one. Therefore, what God has joined together, let no man separate. And then they said, Why then did Moses command a certificate of divorce to put her away? And he said, Moses, because the hardness of your hearts permitted you to divorce your wives. But from the beginning, it was not so. And I say to you, whoever divorces his wife, except for sexual immorality, and marries another, commits adultery. And whoever marries her, who is divorced, commits adultery. Then his disciples said to him, if such is the case of the man, why his wife? Why is it better to not marry? But he said, all cannot accept this saying, but only those to whom it has been given. For there are eunuchs who were born thus from their mother's womb, and there are eunuchs who were made by men, and there are eunuchs who have made themselves eunuchs for the kingdom of heaven's sake. But he who is able to accept it, let him accept it. But eunuchs can't go to heaven. So even if they made themselves eunuchs, they still wouldn't be able to go to heaven. Eunuchs can't go to heaven, and neither can orphans, supposedly. Then little children were brought to him, that he might put his hands on them and pray. But the disciples rebuked them. And Jesus said, who made you my managers? I've asked you that before. Who made you my manager? No one. One guy is my manager. And his name is Big Guy. And he is not you. Don't tell anybody to do anything. You're not my manager. You're not my bodyguard. You're not my peacekeeper. You're not anything to me except the apostles. So there's that. Then little children were brought to him, that he might put his hands on them and pray. And then he's like, who's my manager? And then he laid his hands on them and departed from there. Now behold, one came and said, good teacher, what shall I do to get heaven? And he said, why did you call me good? No one is good but God. If you want to enter life, keep the commandments. This is what Jesus taught. Keep the commandments. You don't have to do anything else but keep the commandments. That's it. Okay. Keep the commandments. And then he said, which one? And Jesus said, don't murder, don't adult. All of them. Love your God, don't be a dick, and don't murder people. Pretty much all of them. Actually, that is all of them. The young man said, I do. Okay, but what else? And Jesus is like, sell all your shit and give it to the poor. What are you willing to sacrifice to go on the journey of God? Even though my thing was I require mercy, not sacrifice. But you have to sacrifice to be merciful. It's a thing. So that's why nobody knows what that means, because it means the same thing. You give mercy, you have to sacrifice something. So he's like, sacrifice and give to the poor, and then come with me. But when the young man heard this, he was not willing to give up his life. Because remember what Jesus said, those who lose their life gain it. So he's not willing to give up his life, sacrifice his life for a greater good. It's a thing. And then Jesus was like, it's easier for a camel to enter a needle than a rich man to go to heaven, because it's easier to do the wrong thing, especially if you have money. When his disciples heard it, they were greatly astonished, saying, who then can be saved? But Jesus is like, with man, nothing is possible, but with God, everything is possible. Then Peter answered and said, we did. What do we get? And then Jesus said, listen, I'm telling you that in the regeneration, when the Son of Man sits on his throne of glory, you who have followed me will also sit on 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes. And anyone who has left houses, brothers, sisters, their families, for my sake, shall receive 100-fold and inherit eternal life. But many who are, these are Dimmu Borgir lyrics. The first will be last, and the last will be first. And the line you go to back of the line. If you special notes, you're going to be in the back of the line. Yeah. Those who think they're smarter than everybody go to back of the line. Okay, and that's the end of that chapter. So now we got 8 chapters left, I think. We're in chapter 20. And there's 28 chapters, so we got 8 chapters left. Oh, God. None of this is good. None of this is good. Okay, so what are you guys thinking? Are we done? The first will be last, and the last will be first. Has anybody got anything to say real quick? Has anybody got anything to talk about? I guess we could pray about something. I'm not very good at it. Bunny 2 times. I thought you were gone. It was good. What did you guys think about it? What did you think about my anti-preaching? I think I did a pretty good job playing music. No, well, okay, but I want to hear what you guys think. I would like to know what other people think. I've been trying to get people to tell me what they think for 8 years. What is happening? You be where you choose to be. Okay. Can you still hear me? And damn it, tell me what you think. Yeah. uh, well, it is a Bible channel. Nobody wants to be wrong on a Bible channel, but I don't know. And a lot of people have admitted they don't watch me for the Bible content. They watch because I'm awesome and I say, Michelle, you can do whatever you want. But speaking of engagement, Michelle, you kind of pay attention. What did you think? I mean, I'm kind of really bad at, but is that the name of a band? Jeff right about yeah, I don't know. This music sounds like shit. Yeah, no. If I was a bunny rabbit, that's what I would look like. But I bet that bunny rabbit, I have that one. One, two, seven. Yeah, that's your two personalities. Is he smoking a cigarette or listen? We're supposed to be on. What is everybody? Did that just get loud? We'll just leave it like that because we ain't got no other reason. Choose your real name because that would be more neat. You can just be Bunny two times. No, I'm just a creepy sheepy dressed like a wolf because I want to be. Well, I have been, and I may have done some gangster shit in my past, but not really. No, it's totally really, but it wasn't a lot, and I didn't do a lot of prison. I did. The longest I've ever did was 2 years in a state prison, but I spent a lot of time off with or really it was for drugs. Never. No, I told you I'm a creepy sheepy. And I would be, uh, I my gangster name is Johnny Nopa because I thought of that one day. I thought it was amazing. And I actually had to send Facebook a copy of my ID because my name was Johnny No Pocket. Yep. They got some kind of way about that. And then I was sent a warning. I've been on warning for Facebook since 2007. I have a criminal warning and I can't do it all. Okay. Okay, can you hear me now? Okay, can you hear me now? Mm, damn it. Oh, yeah, no. Yeah. Okay. Okay, you can hear me. Okay. So, did you hear any of what I said? Because I would like to know. Because I don't want to repeat all that. But anyway, my nickname, my gangster name is Johnny No Pockets, and I had to send Facebook a copy of my ID because of the name Johnny No Pockets. And I've been on a Facebook warning since 2017 because of that name. So I can't be Johnny No Pockets. That name is flagged. So that's all the stuff you couldn't hear. Damn, did you hear that? Oh, my bones need to crack so bad. Yeah, that felt good. So did that. I wish I could get somebody to step on my back and crack my fucking spine. But my kids are so afraid to step on my back. They will not do it. I wish they would though, because I'd be like, oh, fuck yeah. So, anyway, what do you guys want to do? Well, I guess it wouldn't matter what you wanted to do, right? I mean, not unless you wanted to read another chapter. But then, like, we would have uneven chapters because we've been doing them two at a time. Mm, what do you guys think? No, it's not an ouch. It feels so good. Man, Fred, if you were here, I would have you stepping on my back. But you might have to do it with one foot. Put all your weight into one foot on my back. And it would be amazing. Yeah, I could, like, crack my whole back with one step. Or, sit on my back and press it in like that. Yeah, my spine needs a good cracking. Yeah, you think I'm kidding, but I would have you stepping on my back. See, that's what everybody tells me. But I'm telling you what, that is the one thing that I miss about my Aunt Mary because she could crack all your bones. It didn't even matter what it was. She'd just walk up to you and just crack your entire body while you're standing there. And then she'd make you sit down so she could crack your toes. No. And then she'd be like, lay down and walk on your back. Yep. Man, I miss that fucking woman. Fentanyl is an asshole. Like, it's a fucking asshole. I miss that woman. She was annoying as fuck. But I miss that woman. Cause I could use her to crack my back. Yeah. But that's okay. That's okay. She dated a chiropractor once, and he taught her how to do that. Cause my Aunt Mary, she used to be a lady that made a lot of money, and she dated a chiropractor, and he taught her how to do all that. And then she just would make her family victims of her craziness that she just learned. Yep. But you know what? I wish I would have picked up on some of that. But that's okay. Gotta make your money somehow. But it is what it is. At least she learned something living that kind of lifestyle. At least she fucking learned something. Because a lot of women living that lifestyle don't learn a fucking thing. But here I am sticking up for a dead woman. Because fentanyl's an asshole. You do gotta give her that, man. So, what's everybody doing today? I've never seen him before. Have I seen him before? Dad at home. I have seen him before. I think I have seen that guy before. Dad at home. I think I have seen that guy before. Okay. Anyway, what's everybody wanting to do? Okay. Fred, can you still hear me? Yeah, Fred, I thank you for coming. You always support me in the bestest ways possible. You really do. And you help feed my animals and you buy me ice cream sometimes. And I highly appreciate you because I love ice cream and and I love ice cream and I love feeding my raccoons because I love my raccoons. And I appreciate you so much because like you care about my animals and I don't think you know how much I appreciate that. Like I love that and I thank you for that. And it's the best gift ever, especially taking care of my animals. You know, because I have 13 cats and like 20 raccoons. So, animal food is expensive. But the raccoons don't have anybody else. And I love taking care of them. They're my spirit animal and they are absolutely amazing. And I thank you for helping me take care of them and my cat. And also buying me ice cream and possibly cigarettes sometimes, but uh that's not very often. And I say that like you send me money all the time. That's not what I mean. But one time you sent me money, I may have bought cigarettes. But I also bought ice cream and raccoon food and cat food and ice cream. I bought ice cream. Yeah. Anyway, I love you so much, Fred. Thank you. I try to rock, and I'm glad that it works. Anyway, I'm gonna sign off, Fred, before I toot your horn some more. Okay? I love you. I love you guys so much, and I love everybody that showed up. Thank you for the red pills. Yes. Thank you for the red pills and not the blue pills. I love you so much. Have the best day ever, and I'll see you at 10 o'clock.